Hello Leo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I have pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have the tarot deck I'll be pulling from, the clarification deck, and the advice deck I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Leo, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have changes with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this is very much an energy of desiring changes in some way, shape, or form, desiring things to change, but just feeling as if you are constantly not receiving whatever it is that you're wanting, the changes that you're desiring here. And I feel like these changes are very possible for you, but for whatever reason, you haven't quite been able to materialize them, bring them into your life. So I feel like this reading is a lot of, is focusing on the guidance to make these changes a reality. Whatever that is for you. Maybe it's changes in your love life, your financial situation, your career, I don't know. In your current energy, you have take a risk with the Nine of Wands. The universe is calling you in a certain direction. I feel like you're being pulled towards something that's going to require you to have a little bit of faith in yourself, a lot of faith in the universe, and bringing whatever this is into fruition. But with the Nine of Wands, I feel like right now, you see a lot of obstacles. You see a lot of reasons why you can't get there, why you're not enough, why it's not possible. And I get that. You know, we tend to believe in alignment with what we've experienced. If you've experienced a lot of things not working out, you're probably going to expect that they're not going to work out. But our reality is a reflection of what it is that we believe. And if we believe that it's not possible, that we can't get there, that we're not supported, we are going to be 100% right about that. If you believe that that it is possible, that you are supported, that you are capable, you're going to be 100% right about that. You know, so your perspective really does determine your reality, and however you choose to see your future is going to be what it is that you create. But again, it's not so easy because we tend to expect an alignment with what we have experienced. Now, in your immediate future, you have celebration with the Knight of Wands. So this is very much, this to me is like celebration, like it happened, we did it, like yes. But the Knight of Wands precedes that. And this again is like an energy of taking a risk, of taking a leap, of putting yourself out there, of, you know, being willing to make changes in some way, shape, or form to bring about the changes that you desire. So I feel like maybe you're like, you know, yes, I just need to know what I need to do. And this is about kind of tapping into your divine guidance to bring this into fruition for you. Now, the overall theme of the reading is home. So this is about finding where you belong. This is about finding what aligns with you, what is meant for you, you know, finding the place in which you belong in your life. And I feel like that's going to require you to really step out of your comfort zone. Now, I will say the life of our dreams, the life you desire, it always exists outside of your comfort zone. And that doesn't mean you need to always be making sure that you're taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone. But, you know, sometimes we do have to look at, okay, how am I staying complacent, or how, you know, what risks could I be taking in order to move a little bit closer to what it is that I'm looking for. But that's just the overall energy. So let's dive into the story. All right, Leo, this is for your recent past. You have changes with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. Recent past for Leo. What does Leo need to know about their past energy? Ooh, interesting. High Priestess in reverse with the Four of Cups. Not listening to your intuition in some way, shape, or form. Either choosing not to or not being in tune with it. But about what? Because the Four of Cups, ooh, Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay, yeah, I don't need to clarify this. So this Four of Cups is kind of this energy of being so focused on, the way that you think things need to play out, the path that you think you need to take, what it is that you think you want, while the universe is trying to hand you what it is that you desire, but it's like you don't even see it. It's like you're so focused on this, and you're like, well, this isn't what I want, but I have to keep my focus in this direction or in making things happen. But the universe is like, no, here's an opportunity, or here's a path, or here's an option. But it's almost like you're closed off to it because you're so focused on like either your way of doing things or your timeline or whatever the case is, which is totally natural and totally normal and totally human, okay? So I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, but I will say a lot of times we have a tendency to close ourselves off to the path that's really meant for us when we're so focused on the way that we think we need to go. And when we do that, we actually block ourselves from the desires that we're looking for through what we're doing. So I feel like what this is talking about is getting what you desire, but going about it in a different way, or it looking a little bit different than you expect, which isn't going to be a bad thing in the end because it's ultimately going to be what is meant for you with this home card, like where you belong. But yeah, there's this energy of not really listening to your intuitive guidance, maybe kind of ignoring gut feelings. It's natural, it happens. But I feel like this is why the changes that you're looking for haven't been able to come to fruition. Recent past for Leo. I want it to turn all the way around or hit the table. That's what, like that. Ooh, 10 of Wands and the 8 of Wands in reverse. This is a very like an energy of feeling very burdened, feeling very weighed down. It can also be an energy of holding yourself back. I'm not saying that you are, okay? Or maybe not even knowingly, right? Like I think we have to remember that, and something that I talk about a lot on this channel is that 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions come from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is conscious level thinking. Now, our subconscious is where our limiting beliefs lie. The limiting beliefs such as, I can't get there, it's not meant for me, I won't be able to make it happen. And so when we're acting from a place of our limiting beliefs and we're not even aware of it, we might not be creating what it is that we desire, but we might not even be realizing that we're holding ourselves back because we're not open to the possibility of it actually happening for us. Because again, with this 10 of Wands, it's this energy of feeling burdened, feeling very weighed down, feeling heavy, but yet continuing in the same direction out of hopes that things change. Yet the universe, I feel like this is redirection. I feel like this is divine redirection toward what is really meant for you. And I feel like I feel like wherever you're being redirected to is like so much better than where you've been. But you thought that what you've been doing was the only way, or like something like that. I don't know. Getting a little ahead of myself, but just with the celebration of the Knight of Wands, like if you're being redirected to kind of interesting too. Because I said Knight of Wands and I was like, that kind of sounded like 9 of Wands, but you have 9 of Wands here and then Knight of Wands here. It's almost like this redirection is same but different. Like the outcome you're looking for is the same. Love, abundance, success. It's just, the way you're going about it is different. 9 and 9. Okay. I don't know. That was interesting. Okay. Let's get more here. More for Leo's recent past. The Justice in reverse. Okay. Accepting way less than what you deserve. Accepting way less than what you deserve here, Leo. But, and honestly, I think that that's because you don't think there's another way. It's like, well, what's the other? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what my options are. Now, sometimes we keep ourselves in places that we don't belong, that aren't meant for us, because we literally don't think that there's a solution. But this is the universe telling you there is a solution, or there is an option, or a new direction. And I feel like it's ultimately going to be, I don't know, I just get this feeling it's going to be better in some way. I don't know how yet. I don't know how. But let's see. Current energy for Leo. Take a risk with the 9 of Wands. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? Current energy for Leo, please. Oh, what's that? Page of Wands. Sun in reverse. Okay. Leo, you've been heading down a path that doesn't have the potential to make you as happy as you deserve. So that's why you're being redirected, so that you can receive an alignment with what you're deserving of. But you're being redirected to a path that's outside of your comfort zone. It's different. It's different than you're used to. It's different to what you're expecting, but it's better. It's better. It's just that I feel like it's different. It might be a little scary. It requires you to have, like I said, like faith in yourself, faith in the universe here. But where you've been isn't making you happy. You're not fulfilled with where you've been. So now it's about figuring out where you can go that aligns more with what's going to make you happy. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? So this is divine redirection here. Divine redirection in some way. And it might come through different for everyone. Current energy for Leo. Take a risk with the 9 of Wands. Yeah, because there's a lot of anxiety. The 9 of Swords with the 8 of Swords here. Your limiting beliefs are bringing about a lot of anxiety, a lot of like fear of the future or fear of what could go wrong. I feel like there's a lot of focusing on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. Maybe if you made a certain move or if you made a decision or took a leap in some way. I don't know what this is talking about. I feel like you do though. If you don't though, the universe is asking you to get in tune with whatever it is. Because right now, I feel like, and take it from someone who has been, I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I have struggled with anxiety my whole life. I have struggled with fear of the future my whole life. And my spiritual journey, a big part of my spiritual journey has been learning to basically be able to handle my anxiety without needing certainty of the future. Like be able to embrace the uncertainty with faith. Really, I think that that's kind of a prime goal of a spiritual journey, but for me in particular, it's been a really big theme. And I think right now, Leo, like when you look at maybe taking a certain step on your path or moving in a direction that's different than where you've been going, like this divine redirection, I feel like there's a lot of worry about what could go wrong. Now, there are a million things that could go wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, there are a million ways that things could not work out, that you could fail, that things, okay? But there are also a million ways that things could work out. There are just as many ways. Just as many infinite number of ways that things could work out as they could not. And what you direct your focus to typically becomes what it is that you create. Because if you're focusing on all of the things that could go wrong, you're going to act from a place of trying to avoid those things. You're either going to play it safe, or you're not going to, take steps out of your comfort zone, or you're going to, be too much in the energy of control, because you're so focused on trying to avoid what could go wrong. When you put your energy into being excited about what could go right, which is hard to do when you're pretty used to things going wrong, you start to create better. But right now, I feel like you're kind of trapped in your limiting beliefs of what's possible for you, which is keeping you from moving in the direction of what it is that you truly want, because it is out of your comfort zone. What else does Leo need to know about their current energy? But it's like the universe is trying to take you home, like trying to take you to where you belong, to what's really meant for you, to what's going to make you happy, to what's going to fulfill you. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? Whoa. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Oh. Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Magician. So the Page and Knight of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Okay. Actions. Okay. One of the things that I have had to be consistently very honest with myself about, and that when I'm working with a coaching client, I try to bring this into their awareness as well, is if you wake up every day doing the same things you do every day, if you have the same habits, if you just keep doing the same thing, if nothing changes and you show up the way that you've been showing up for your life, is that leading you to the life that you desire? Or is it keeping you trapped in a reality that doesn't make you happy? And the reason why we have to be honest with ourselves about that is because we have to start to look at what's within our, if we're waiting for things to change and we're just like, we're sitting around waiting for it to happen, we're going to be waiting a really long time. We do have to be willing to kind of show up for the changes that we desire and really focus on what's within our control, which a first step to that is being open about the fact that things do need to change. And the universe is saying, if you want to manifest, because here's the Magician and here's the Nine of Pentacles, right? Now it's preceded by the Eight of Pentacles. Getting wish fulfillment, getting what you desire requires the, putting in the work to make that happen. Now, if you've been doing that, this is the universe saying, I feel like your risk is like, keep going, like stick to that path. If not, this is about asking yourself, if nothing ever changes and nothing ever changes, then what can I do to make changes? How can I show up for the life that I wish to create? How can I push myself outside of my comfort zone and take action, King of Wands here, in a way that's going to allow me to move the energy in the direction of the life that I want instead of the life that I've been stuck in that doesn't align with what I'm deserving of and the level of fulfillment that I truly desire. That puts the ball back in your court, right? That shows you what's within your power, what's in your power here. But I feel like it's, your brain hates change. Your brain hates change. It wants to stay, it wants you to keep doing the same thing till the day you die. It would love to live the same day over and over and over and over and over again, even if it makes you unhappy, because it's predictable. Your brain loves what is predictable. Now, the other cool thing about your brain, though, is that it's adaptable. And you do have the ability to face whatever it is that you're afraid to face, regardless of the fact that your brain doesn't want you to do that. Whether it's changed habits, whether it's being open, to changing careers, to walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you, whatever the case might be, if you've been waiting on things to change and things haven't been changing, it's time for you to look within and figure out what you can do to make that change happen. And then be open to opportunities, because I bet opportunities will start to appear in places that you didn't know they existed because you weren't open to them. You have to be open to change, open to opportunities in order to create them. What does Leo need to know moving forward? So you have celebration with the Knight of Wands. What does Leo need to know moving forward? The Knight of Swords again with the Magician. So, okay, and then there's the moon. So here's the thing. Because the Knight of Swords is like, to me, like not just action, but like forward, like action that results in forward movement. It could be like kind of moving in that direction quickly, just like moving the energy, I guess, is what it is. Right now, the energy is stuck. You're in a very stagnant energy. So now it's figuring out what you can do to move that energy forward, which your fear is keeping you from. And if we always live our life from that place of our fear, things are never going to change. We're never going to get to where we want to be. So, you don't have to have all of the answers. You don't need to know exactly what you need to do. You just need to be open to taking a step in the direction of where you want to go. So then the next step appears, and you take that step, and the next step appears, and you take that step. Because that's what's going to create. The universe is saying what you want can be manifested. But it's time for you to shift the energy in that direction, to show up for it. Manifestation, and this is something that I had to learn. I spent a long time, I did affirmations, I had a vision board, I would visualize, and these are wonderful tools. There is absolutely nothing wrong with those things. But that's not going to get you to where you want to go. Again, they're tools. What's going to get you to where you want to go are two things. You only need two things. You need a clear vision of the life you wish to create, and you need an unwavering commitment of showing up for that life. That's it. Now, those things, not easy. Getting clear on what it is that you desire, not an easy thing to do. You kind of have to uncover, who your soul's true desires, versus ego desires, and you have to get real on what it is that you're really looking for in this world. And then on top of that, you have to commit so hard to the person that you want to be, or the person that you need to be to create that life, which is not an easy thing to do either. But the more that you show up for the life you wish to create, the more that you create it. So if you've been waiting on changes, but not changing anything, this is your sign that something needs to change so something can change. So you can because you're being pulled somewhere. You're being asked to redirect. You're being asked to switch things up, to be pulled in a different direction. And I feel like you've been feeling this for a while, and now it's time to answer that calling, almost be open to wherever this is trying to take you so that you can create whatever it is that you're looking for. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to put a lot of this deeper stuff into words sometimes. Okay, what else does Leo need to know moving forward? There's the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, with the Six of Pentacles upright. And then the Two of Cups. So this is, it's like, okay, so you had the changes with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, right? And I said the changes that you were wanting, weren't happening. And then here they are happening. But they start to happen as soon as you start to show up for them. And that showing up for them requires you to have a lot of faith that you're supported in these changes and creating these desires. Because this is the abundance, it's sustainable. Two of Cups to me is being deeply connected to yourself. So what aligns with your heart, what aligns with, you, essentially. And I feel like that's that's the home thing, the home aspect. Finding what really aligns with you. But it requires taking a risk, showing up for it. Making the hard decisions to create it, that are required to create it. Knowing that those decisions are only going to lead you to good things. So I don't know what this is. Divine redirection in some way towards exactly what you want, pretty much. But the way that you're going to go about it and the timeline in which it happens and maybe even what it looks like is going to be a little bit different. But that doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's just different. All right, what does Leo need to know about their immediate future? Because it's that you go from not receiving it to receiving it. It's finally receiving the changes you desire. I don't know. It's cool though to see how the cards are kind of playing it out, because it's wanting them but accepting less than what you deserve, and then the need to kind of break out of those limiting beliefs and start taking action toward whatever it is that you deserve so that you can create it. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Okay, immediate future for Leo. What does Leo need to know moving forward? I don't like when they come out when I'm kind of focused on something else, because sometimes a card that aligns with like what I'm saying will come out. The Wheel of freaking Fortune. Okay, but here's the problem. There's the Ace of Pentacles. Leo, what the heck? Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is things moving in your favor. But the Queen of Swords in reverse is an indication that as of right now, you're not really open to that. Now, you might be like, oh, I'm open to it. Like, I want good things to happen. But if you... maybe you're not open to the changes that are necessary to create it. Or the action or the risk or the requirements. Because again, if you want things to change, you have to make changes. And maybe you're not open to the changes that you would need to make for things to change. And that makes perfect sense, because change is your ego's worst nightmare. Your ego wants you to stay exactly where you are, even though your soul, actually wants to be in a different place or in experiencing different things. Because look at, this is so cool. Like this is everything you've been waiting for. I mean, this is everything you've been wanting. And it's almost like you're in this energy of currently being led toward it, to create it. It's pretty cool. A very magical-esque reading. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended. So we talked about what you need to know right now. The extended is what you can do right now and to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Leo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Leo, I wish you nothing but love and healing, all of the wonderful things on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Leo.